Mrs. Muller, you say that after an extremely painful childhood, filled with much heartbreak and pain, you turned your life around, joined the military, and got married. But the one thing you still need to know is who is your dad. You've dragged the defendant to court to prove he is your biological father. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Robinson, you claim that you've always known you are not Ms. Muller's biological father and feel badly that you pretended to be just to stop her from being heard. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Ms. Muller, what emotions are you feeling today standing here in court?
I'm hurt, I'm angry, I'm annoyed. Your Honor, when I grew up, I had a rough childhood. I didn't really know either one of my parents very well. I basically raised myself, being raised by myself and the people that I was in foster care with. So I was a little troubled child, but as I grew older, I told myself I didn't want to be like that. So I graduated from high school with an honors diploma. I joined the Army. I went and served my country overseas. I came back. I'm in school now, on the dean's list, getting my bachelor's degree. I'll be done in a year. I'm married to a man who loves me and supports me fully. And I feel like I'm proud of myself.
And thank you for your service. But I still see the pain.
I'm so hurt. I just feel like nobody cares, or like, Your Honor, when I was getting deployed to Iraq, I wanted my family there. I took the time out to call Mr. Robinson, asked him to be there for me. You know, I'm getting ready to deploy. Can you come up to the unit? His answer was, I'm busy. And he lived in the same city, 10 minutes away.
And so you have not had the support
Never.
of the man you believe is your biological father.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Robinson,
Yes, Your Honor.
talk to the court about your doubts, because this is a beautiful young woman here.
Yes, Your Honor. I've always been there for Miss Muller, even from the day she was born up to this present day. Even with my doubts that she was not my daughter, I was there for her.
In what ways were you there for her?
I was
Because
the-
when I look at her, she wants that answer.
I was always there. I always come visit her. I tried to take her places, do things with her from the birth to this present day.
So, Ms. Muller, as you hear that testimony, you don't feel like he was there for you?
No, Your Honor. Even at a point, I was in Oregon at one point, and I was in this abusive relationship. And the last person I wanted to call was Mr. Robinson, but I had no other choice. I called him and told him my situation. I told him, if you could just give me some money, or I don't even think I asked for money. I asked if I could come stay with him because I needed somewhere to go. He told me he didn't have any money, and I believe he told me I couldn't stay with him.
So, Mr. Robinson, I want to ask you this. You say you have doubt.
Yes.
But you also say you've always been there for her.
I've been there because I've always been a stand-up man. I was raised to believe that if you were a father, you take care of your kids. Right. That was the way I was raised.
Okay.
And that's what I did.
And do you understand that she believes you're her biological father?
Not by the way they treated me, no.
Oh,
no, Your Honor.
Okay. So, talk to me about this doubt and where it stems from. Take me back to this relationship with her mother.
Yes, Your Honor, when Miss Muller was born, I was there, like I said, every day.
You were in a relationship with her mother?
Yes, I was.
Okay.
And
married?
Not married.
All right.
I did everything a father should have done.
And so, wait a minute. You're in a relationship with her mother gets pregnant, and you do everything a father should do, but you don't believe you are this child's biological father.
Yeah, I was going
I need you to explain to me how that happens.
With the way she made me feel when Miss Muller was born.
Feelings ain't got nothing to do with the DNA. I want to understand, why do you have doubt? Were you having sex with her mother during the window of conception?
Yes, I was, but...
Okay, now, do you have any notion, idea, belief, or proof that her mother was also having sex with anyone else?
Well, she had a lot of men friends. When I come around, they always walk away, y'all. It gave me doubts because they walk away.
Did you ever question her and say, hey, are you cheating on me? Are you having any other relationships?
I did, Your Honor.
And what was the answer?
She always said, no, those are my friends.
Those are just her friends?
Yes. I come home one day and this guy sitting in my house, relaxed and everything. And I'm like, how did you get here? He must have crawled under the house.
Crawl out of the aisle.
Thank you.
Mr. Robinson, step out in the aisle, please. Step out in the aisle. And just show me, walk towards me. You walking in the house, and where is the man?
Sitting over on the couch.
Did he have dirt on his clothes from crawling under the house?
relaxed.
Come on now. And then walk over to Jerome like he's the man. He's sitting on the couch, and you walk over and say what?
I said, how you doing?
And what'd he say?
He spoke.
And then what happened?
Did
you ask him, why are you in my house?
I kind of knew why he was there.
Were you all married at this time?
He was one of the guys that I'm talking about. He was dating my sister.
Oh, so why are you worried about if he was sleeping with your woman if he was sleeping with your sister?
That's the way they do it in my town.
Honey, you dropped the mic on that one. Okay, Jerome, remind me not to move to that town. Right, I'd like to hear from Mom, because I would like to get the other side of this story. Please stand, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
State your name for the court.
Miriam Cobbs.
Miss Cobbs, you are Ms. Muller's mother.
Yes, ma'am.
All right,
Yes,
so
Your
Mr.
Honor.
Robinson has asserted in court today, Miss Cobbs, that you had a lot of men friends during your relationship. And when he'd come home, suddenly they'd be time for them to go.
He's a bald-faced lie. If you come up in your house and see another man up in there, and you gonna be that calm? When I'm committed, I'm committed. I don't do no outside dipping and dapping. For us him talking about being a father to her, no, he haven't.
I want to get down to the bottom line.
Please, let's get there.
Mr. Robinson has doubt. I want to know why he has that doubt. Now, the first thing he asserted in court is that you were entertaining other men.
No, sir.
You say that is not correct.
No, Your Honor, that's not.
So this is just something he made up.
Yes, ma'am.
When you got pregnant with Ms. Muller, in your mind, you were certain, positive that Mr. Robinson was Ms. Muller's biological father.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did he participate in your pregnancy and in the birth?
Yes, he did, Your Honor. That's when I was pregnant with her.
This
That's why
is
he. Yes.
This is a picture of
when I
you
was
guys
pregnant for. Yes, ma'am.
when
I
you
was
were
pregnant
pregnant.
with D'Amica.
At that time, it looks like you were embracing your child
Yeah,
that's
thank
going to
you.
be born, Mr. Robinson.
Probably the
I was
only
trying to do
time.
I was trying to do the right thing, Your Honor.
You were at the hospital when Miss Muller was born, Mr. Robinson?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you sign the birth certificate?
Yes, Your Honor.
So you on the birth certificate. I'd like to see it. Jerome, hand me that evidence, please. Child's name, Thermika Muller.
Who he named.
After him.
I was
If you
just
have
about
so
to
much
say,
doubt, like, why would
father's
you
name
sense
Thurman
you-
Robertson.
Yes, Your
I
Honor.
don't think anybody's giving their child the name
Okay,
Thermika
ma'am. Come on, ma'am.
unless
Exactly.
their father's name is Thurman.
Exactly.
Yes, Your Honor.
See, a lie can go
Why did you sign the birth
I was-
certificate if you were unsure?
I was trying to do the right thing, Your Honor. I was in love with her. And I would have, if she'd have told me to take off my shoes and walk to New York
Took
bare
them off.
feet, I would have done it because I was that much in love with her.
And so, in your mind, you wanted this relationship to continue.
Yes, ma'am.
Even though
Yes,
you
ma'am.
had doubts, you didn't voice them because the truth is you didn't want to lose Miss Cobb. Did
Yes,
you
Your
ever
Honor.
say, I have doubts?
Yes, Your Honor.
That's a lie, Your
What
Honor.
did you say to her?
I think she was messing around.
Now you say I was. Now you thinking? Which one is I was, I wasn't?
You know the truth.
No, you know the truth.
So, Ms. Muller, Mr. Robinson says he came to visit you. Said he was doing the right thing. Do you have any memories of him
Your
coming to
Honor,
visit
I
you?
have no
Thank
recollection
you.
of Mr. Robinson until I was in foster care and I was at school and the principal came to my classroom and she told me it was someone here that wanted to meet me. She brought me down to the office and I remember seeing Mr. Robinson standing there and they told me that was my father and he was coming to take me home with him. That's when I went to go live with him when I was about 9. And he took me to go stay with him. And I was excited at first, Your Honor. You know, I was thinking, you know, there's a family. I can go be with some family. When I got there, I felt like I didn't belong. They treated
she lying.
They treated me like I was an outsider. I didn't get along with anyone. I had constantly, every day, my stepmom would tell me that he wasn't my father.
What?
Yes.
She would tell me that another man was my father.
Yes.
She did.
And so, wait a minute. Why go get the child if you're going to bring her home just to have her be verbally abused?
Your Honor, it wasn't that way. I went to get her, to take care of her, to get her out of foster care. If it was my child, I want to do the right thing.
All right, that's commendable. And you are her legal father because your name is on the birth certificate.
Okay.
So whether or not you are her biological father, you are the legal father under the law. Were you paying child support all the time?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, so you're paying child support for this baby?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and now you also are on the birth certificate.
Yes, Your Honor.
So you go get her, you bring her to your home.
Yes, Your Honor. And my wife treated her as she was one of the other kids. She never mistreated
You didn't even treat me like I was one of your kids.
Miss Muller, were you treated differently?
Yes, Your
No, Your
Honor.
Honor, she lying.
Yeah,
What
Your Honor,
happened?
I
Your
can
Honor.
remember
Hold on.
birthdays. Birthdays. My sister, or a family member, she had like a bed full of toys and everything. When it came around to my birthday, his excuse was, I ain't got no money.
Your Honor, she's
I
lying.
can't do this.
She's lying, Your
Even
Honor.
my stepsister, everything, he treated them like they were royalty.
Did he ever say anything to you about whether or not he was your biological father?
I had a conversation with him and I asked him, do you think you're my father? And he told me no.
And how old were you when he told you that?
About 25, 26.
Okay. So you were honest when she got older.
Yes.
That I don't think you're my biological child, but just in case you were,
Yes.
I had to go get you.
Yes, Your Honor.
You brought a witness. I'd like to hear from him. Please stand, sir. State your name for the court.
Lamarcus Robinson.
Mr. Robinson, you obviously are Mr. Thurman Robinson's son.
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe Ms. Muller is your sister?
There's doubt.
There is doubt.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell the court why you feel that way.
Well, let me start off with saying this. My father is a great father
To you.
to everyone.
To you.
He did everything that he could possibly to make sure that we were taken care of. He had a stepdaughter. He took care of her. He took care of Mrs.
His
Muller.
own daughter.
Took care of all of us. We had counseling before she moved in. They sat us down and told us, hey, you potentially have a sister who's gonna come in and move in with us. I want you guys to treat her like you would treat everyone else. Love her and accept her. They told us this before she even moved in. And so we were prepping for her to get here. We were excited. And then when we got there, that excitement kind of went out the window because of some of the behaviors that Mrs. Muller was displaying. She was very disrespectful to my mother. Anything my mother tried to engage with her, she would push back. She didn't want anything to do with her.
Did your father ever tell you whether or not he believed he was Ms. Muller's biological father?
He never told me that personally, but you heard rumors, you heard buzzing around the neighborhood, you heard people saying, hey, that might not be your sister. And when, as a child, when you hear that many times, you start to believe it.
Okay, thank you for your testimony. Ms. Muller, before we go to results, I want you to state to the court why these results are so important to you today.
I want to have a relationship with him. I'm getting ready to have a renewal ceremony with my husband. Once we hit the 5-year mark, I want my father to be there with me. I want a relationship. I want to know what traits I get from you. Why am I like I am? Where do I get my stubbornness from? Is it you? Well, that's what I want to know.
You are an amazing, strong,
Yes, Your
beautiful
Honor.
young woman.
Proud of my baby.
And the fact that you have come this far and can stand in this courtroom with the courage to speak your heart, speak your mind, and relive some very painful moments, I think it's remarkable. And I think it's important before we go to results that you take a moment to talk to them about why this means so much to you and what happened to you.
I feel like I needed you. I feel like I had to learn the hard way how a man is supposed to treat me. I might have been a tough child, but I didn't need you to throw me away. You put me back in foster care.
You chose to go back to foster.
No, I chose to go
back.
live with my mom.
Right.
You chose to put me in foster care
I
rather
didn't
than
choose that.
letting me go live with her.
I did not.
Do you know what happened
I
to me
did
in
not
foster
do that.
care? I needed you.
Listen, this is one of the reasons why this courtroom is so important. We're now 29, almost 30 years later, and this child still doesn't know if this is, in fact, her biological father. But I got the truth in this envelope. You want it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Jerome, I'm ready. These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Muller versus Robinson, when it comes to 29-year-old Thermika Muller, it has been determined by this court, Mr. Robinson, you are her father.
What? Bam! Bam! That's what I'm talking about.
You are the father, sir.
I see him trying to discredit me.
I always tried to be there for her.
And I love you.
You don't act like you.
I'll be there for her if she want me in her life.
You just heard her testify that she wants you to walk her down the aisle.
Your Honor, I should never mention that.
Okay, stop, Mr. Robinson, stop. This is how you move forward. You move forward by not moving back. And so now, Ms. Muller, I want you to give your father this opportunity. And Mr. Robinson, I want you to take it.
I will, Your
And
Honor.
take it seriously.
Yes,
and Ms. Muller, I want you to remember, you said something in your testimony that rocked me to the core when you said, but you didn't have to throw me away. You are not trash. Do you understand me?
Yes, Your Honor.
You are a worthy, beautiful young lady.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Don't you ever forget that. Ms. Jefferson, you say you're here today to end the neighborhood rumors and lies about your sexual history. You've asked the court for the results of a paternity test on Sir Javion, your 2-month-old son, to help you prove you were faithful to the man you say is his father.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Singleton, you argue that Ms. Jefferson is not to be trusted or believed.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you contend that not only did she once lie about being 7 months pregnant, but you claim you also have physical proof that 2 other men could have fathered her son.
Yes, Your Honor.
Additionally, Ms. Jefferson, you are suing the defendant for $2,000.
Yes, Your Honor.
You claim Mr. Singleton took baby clothes and furniture from you without
That's
your
correct.
knowledge or consent, just 3 weeks before you gave birth to your
Yes,
son.
Your Honor, that's correct.
So, Ms. Jefferson, let's start with the $2,000 in baby items you claim Mr. Singleton took unlawfully. What happened?
Okay, 3 weeks prior to that, me and Mr. Singleton had got into it. It was about some Facebook stuff I seen on his page. So I asked Mr. Singleton, when he go, take all his clothes and don't come back. So I was at my sister's house. So I went to the doctor. They said my pressure was up. So they was like, due to a preeclampsia, you're gonna have to have your baby early. Okay, so I was in the hospital. I had my baby. It was 3 days. We had to stay in the hospital for 3 days. Okay, so I come home and I go in my house, and the first thing I noticed was my rug messed up. I said, okay, so I put my rug. No, excuse me, Your Honor.
You object.
Excuse me, Your Honor. When I looked at my rug, it was paint on my rug. So as I pursued to go in the room and I opened my door, everything was on the floor. He messed up. I looked in my closet. All the baby clothes was gone. So I went in the other room. It was a box with 3 joint outfits in there. It was 6 to 9 months, and my baby was a newborn. How can my baby wear 6 to 9 months joint outfits? And that was too big. But no matter of fact, Your Honor, I have a picture where the clothes was
Let me see that, Jerome.
And also I broke down what Mr. Singleton purchased and what I had purchased and receipts and stuff.
Your Honor, I object.
So, yeah, Mr. Singleton, fill me in. You took the baby's clothes?
She put me out 3 weeks before the baby was due. And she went on Facebook and told, I have over
Your
1,000
Honor, it's the
friends
reason
on Facebook.
why I went on
Can I
Facebook,
talk,
Your Honor.
please? I went on Facebook, and my friend called me and said, man, did you check your Facebook page? I said, no, what's going on? He said, your baby mama on that saying you could stay in New Orleans. So I looked, I said, really?
Your
I said, she about to be 3 weeks with the baby. How'd she tell me that?
Your Honor,
okay,
reason why
can I talk, please?
No, because you was not being truthful.
So
it
when
don't matter
it
don't matter. You shouldn't have took your son clothes.
When
What
I
man
did
would take
talk to
their
her, Your
son
Honor,
clothes?
when I did talk to her,
What man would take their son clothes?
Okay.
You right.
The baby don't have nothing to do with
I'm
what
gonna
we going on.
get to why you took
That's
the
less
baby's
than a
clothes.
man
But
taking
what
clothes.
I want to understand is, did you take the baby's clothes?
yes, I did.
All right. Now,
I did.
that's the answer to the
I'm
question.
gonna be a man, and I did take the baby clothes because she told me to get all your belongings.
You the reason why you got put out.
I bought the clothes. So I took all my belongings.
So hold on. This evidence you presented,
Yes,
ma'am,
yes, Your Honor.
these are the clothes that you had.
All them clothes, all the clothes I purchased and he purchased.
She didn't.
All these clothes I see here
Yes.
were clothes purchased
Yes,
for the
Your
baby
Honor.
by the
Yes,
both
Your
of you.
Honor.
I
And the
object.
reason why I put him out my house, Your Honor, because he was messaging a girl on Facebook when he's supposed to went out of town with his friend, Mr. Williams, to New Orleans, and he said when he get there, he wanted to see the girl, and I seen it. So guess what I did? I went on Facebook and I told him, when you leave, take all your clothes.
You post on Facebook and tell him to get out.
Yes, I did.
And when you got home, He was gone, but he also took the baby's clothes and your clothes.
Even the baby bag he took. He didn't take my clothes, he took the baby bag. He took the baby bag.
So just the baby bag.
Baby bag and the baby clothes.
So these receipts that you presented are for all the things you say he took?
Yes, Your Honor, that's
all
correct.
right.
Yeah, and I object. I really do. I object. I object because she went on my Facebook page. I was messaging my friends.
That wasn't your friend. What friend
I wanted
you
to hook
say
up with my
called
friends
baby?
when I went to New Orleans.
Your
She's
Honor,
a jealous female.
Hold on now, Mr. Singleton. Just give me a minute. I'm looking through these receipts, and I see receipts for all these outfits.
That I purchased.
You purchased and I purchased too. It don't matter who
She purchased it
you
with
don't
my
take
money.
Your
Well,
baby
we
clothes.
have.
She purchased
You
it
don't
with
take
my
your
money.
baby clothes. That's wrong.
You
It don't matter what we
purchased
go through. You shouldn't have took his clothes. You put an innocent baby in
$1,005
there.
worth of outfits, polo outfits, Puma outfits, all these outfits.
That's
You
what I
got
purchased,
newborn
Your Honor. I
baby
purchased.
shirts.
I feel she didn't deserve it because she put me out. She told me to leave 3 weeks before. Yana, how can you?
It's not about me. It's
How
about
can you
my
tell someone
newborn
to
baby.
leave?
It's not about me. It's about my newborn
You should
baby.
have thought. She should have thought about that, Yana, before she went on
I'd be a
Facebook
fool
and told me to get
allowing you
out.
to stay in my house and you talking to other females. I could do bad by myself. What you
She could have told me.
Your
She
Honor, I
could
could
have
do
came to
bad
me.
by myself. I'm a single person. I also have other kids at the house too.
Let's calm down.
She could have called me, Yana, on the phone and told me that.
Calm down. Now, at this point, I've seen the receipts. They total $1,955.99.
That's correct.
So, Mr. Singleton, I gotta ask you,
Yes, Yana.
what would possess you to come into a house and take clothes
That I
from a
purchased.
baby? You obviously were going through something in terms of your thinking. Were you doubtful this child was yours?
I was, Yana. In November, she lied about being 7 months
No,
pregnant.
that's not correct.
Can I finish, please, Yana? Can I finish?
That's false, Your Honor.
She lied about being
Yes, I
7
wanna
months
hear
pregnant.
what you're saying.
I had relocated to New Orleans, so I comes back to her city to support her. Come to find out, she's not even pregnant. I asked her, well, what the sonogram? She said the sonogram comes in the mail. Yana.
Your Honor, no,
Yana.
no, Your Honor, that is. Can I speak,
Sonograms
Your
do
Honor?
not come in the mail.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Period.
Can I speak? Can I speak, Your Honor?
No, you can't speak.
That
It's
would
my
be
turn.
a fact. Move on.
Right. So when I found that out, I'm like, okay, now we need to go to the doctor and see what's going on. When we go to the doctor, she's actually pregnant. Now I'm like, whoa, hold up. You told me you 7 months pregnant, but now you actually pregnant? Oh my God. That's why I have doubt, Yana.
Okay, so the bottom line is, while you're out of town, she told you, I'm 7 months pregnant. So
Just to get me back to Jacksonville, just to get me back.
So you came on back to be there for her.
I came back to be the father that I wanted to be.
There was no sonogram picture when you asked for it. It was in the mail.
Right.
And then you said, let's go on to the doctor. And when you do, she really is pregnant, but they give you a date as to how pregnant she was?
Exactly, Yana. And I'm like, wow.
Your Honor, that's not how it happened.
I'm like, how can this be the date when she already told me she was 7 months pregnant, Yana?
So now, Ms. Jefferson.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm good. Glad I can speak now, Your Honor. That's not how it happened, Your Honor. This what happened, Your Honor. I went to St. Vincent's, and they said that Teresa, you had a miscarriage, but I had conceded in September again because we slept together in September.
Whoa.
2 weeks after my birthday.
Whoa,
so that's
Yana,
when I
hold up.
conceded. He already knew this.
So, let me translate.
Yeah, please translate that lie.
Say you were pregnant.
Yes, Your Honor.
And then you had a miscarriage.
Yes, and I did not know I had a miscarriage.
And then you conceived another child with him.
Yes, Your Honor, in September.
When you confirmed you were pregnant the second time, how far along did they say you were?
I was like I went in the doctor in October, so I was like a couple of weeks. I was a couple of weeks.
2 weeks.
I was a couple of weeks. I didn't even know that I had a miscarriage.
Mr. Singleton.
Yes, ma'am.
When you figured out for the second time she really was pregnant.
She really was pregnant this time.
You had doubts that you were the father.
Correct.
Why?
She don't tell me where she going. She take the kids. She don't call me. She don't text me. So in a real man's mind, when your woman is gone for 3-4 days without no phone call, without telling you what, that's some type of doubt, Yana.
Your Honor.
It's some type of doubt.
Your Honor, the reason why I leave, Your Honor, because he's disrespectful. I leave because he's disrespectful.
Are you spending time with other men
No, I'm not
When
spending
you-
time with him. No other
you're
man.
not with any
if
other
I
guy?
didn't know this man, I wouldn't have got his name tatted across my chest.
See,
I
Yana,
wouldn't
that
did
have
none of
nothing to
that,
do
Your
with it,
Honor.
Yana.
So
None of
you've
that, Your
never
Honor.
been with another guy?
I'm faithful to him, Your Honor.
Yana,
You've
that-
never been with another guy?
No other guy, no.
She's
no.
lying.
All right, hold on. Mr. Singleton, you have a witness.
Yes, I do,
Please
Your Honor.
stand, sir. State your name for the court.
Darnell Williams.
Mr. Williams, thank you for joining us today. What do you know about this situation?
Well, I've been knowing Mr. Singleton and Miss Jefferson for almost 10 years now. So when Mr. Singleton left initially, I told him I was gonna look after his baby mom and
my family.
his son and make sure they were straight, they didn't need nothing. So, you know, we don't knock on each other's doors. We just walk into each other's doors. So one day I was cooking some fish. So I had some mustard, but I ain't had no hot sauce. So I went down.
Got to have the hot sauce.
Gotta have the hot
got
sauce.
to.
Okay, go ahead.
Excuse me. So I went downstairs and just walked to the door. And so when I walked in the door, the lights was off. So
You
I kinda,
walked into
my
whose door?
Miss Jefferson's door.
Okay, keep going.
So when I walked in, the lights was off. So I hit the light switch, and to my surprise, I'm like, man, what the holy heck going on? She gonna try to pull her shirt down. She got a shirt with I don't see no shorts or nothing. And it's this dude sitting on the sofa who I don't know, he trying to fix his clothes. So she like, oh, DJ, you just gonna walk in my house? I said, we always just walk in each other's house. We don't never knock on the door. So I was like, well, who is that? She was like, oh, that's my cousin. So I was like, okay, really?
Right,
That's your
Sean.
cousin. It already been rumors going around that she been messing with a maintenance man. Whatever goes on out there in the apartments, I hear about it. And I can see everything that goes on downstairs, to the left of me, to the right of me, in front of me.
And so as you're sitting up there, you see the maintenance man spending a little bit too much time down
ma'am.
in her unit.
Yes, ma'am.
A whole lot of things broken.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Williams, look, I mean, if he works in maintenance and there's something that needs to be repaired in her apartment, he can go in there and fix what
You're
needs
right,
to be
Yana.
repaired.
You're right.
Right.
But when
But
be
I
mad-
will say this, now if we need repairs 3 and 4 times a week, now we might have an issue.
No,
but
Your Honor,
thank
Your
you for
Honor.
your testimony. You may be seated.
Your Honor, can I speak? Can I say something, Your
Yana.
Honor?
Now, listen, bottom line is, you're getting all this news.
Correct.
And you starting to feel like, what's going on here? She's sleeping with other people.
Correct, Yana.
She was pregnant, but not pregnant.
Correct.
So you're completely confused as to whether or not you're this
The fa-
child's father.
Correct. And if I'm not the father of this child, I want my name back.
Despite your doubt, you admit to purchasing this child a
Correct.
lot of clothing.
Correct, Yana.
You were getting ready for the baby. You were supportive in that way.
Of course, I messed up things up, but I also replaced everything that I messed up, Yana. I replaced her carpet. I replaced her television. I replaced everything that I messed up.
Did
And
you
I'm-
replace the clothes too?
I replaced the clothes. She has more clothes for the baby. Even though I doubt that he is mine, I still support him, even though I still doubt that he's
Ms.
mine.
Jefferson, let me ask you this. Did he replace the carpet and the clothes and the things that he destroyed?
No, he did not replace the carpet. He did 2 weeks ago when he seen my baby. He did bring me my baby clothes. That's the only thing. He did not replace my carpet. What he did was cruel and hurtful, and that's really stressed me out to the point that I had my baby at 37 weeks and 6 days.
This is my last son that I feel that I'm gonna have, and she knew how passionate I felt about cutting the umbilical
If you
cord.
felt Pat, you want to take
And
his clothes.
she told me actually 2 days before she had the baby, don't even come there. And I'm like, are you serious?
Yes, I did.
I'm like, are you serious? This is supposed to be my child. And I can't come share this moment with you? I mean, look at that little boy. It hurts. He's a beautiful little boy, and I would want him to be mine. But Your Honor, if he's not mine, I gotta take my name back because I'm tired of being deceived, lied to, and ran over just because of this.
He took all my baby stuff. My baby didn't have nothing but three outfits, and they was too big. It stressed me out, and he know it stressed me out.
And so you felt so
and then
overwhelmed.
he texted my phone and laughed about taking my baby clothes. Soon after he did that, I changed my number. I haven't talked to him. 2 weeks ago, I let him see my son, and then he brought my baby clothes. But he still left the other clothes down there for 6 to 9 months and 12 months. And my baby is growing. So I don't have a job right now, so I got to see how I'm gonna get him some more clothes.
I have to support her. That's what it is.
You don't-
She just said she didn't have a job. All the clothes that she purchased, she was purchased with my money.
Okay, let me be clear on something. You took the clothes, but then you brought the clothes back.
I did, Your Honor.
He brought half of them back. He still
Okay,
got
so
the
he
rest
brought
of 'em.
half the clothes back.
Yes, Your Honor.
There's another half.
It is another half. That's for the 12 to 18 months. I feel she don't need that right now because I still
It don't
want to
matter.
know.
Them
I
his
still want to know if
clothes. Them
this
is
is my
our-
child.
But you,
That's why.
You
Okay.
so trying to be so nasty, but it's an innocent baby. We bickering and arguing over nothing, and we got an innocent baby here that's stuck in the middle of all this foolishness. And it's not about us, it's about him. He
You're right,
needs
Your
his
Honor.
stuff. He needs his stuff, Your
Your
Honor.
Honor, she right.
I'm
She
tired
right,
of
but I
bickering
do
and
have
arguing
doubt.
with him.
I'm sorry. If this kid is not mine, yes, I will be hurt. And yeah, I do want some of my money back.
With that said, I think it's time to alleviate this doubt. And I think it's time for the results. Thank you, Jerome. These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Jefferson v. Singleton, when it comes to 2-month-old Sir Javion Singleton, Mr. Singleton,
Yes, Your Honor.
you are his father.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm thankful that these results have squashed everyone's
Yes, it has.
doubts.
And I do want to apologize to Ms. Jefferson from taking the clothes and for any doubt that I have, but I do want her to understand she the one put the doubt. But I'm glad we got the results, and now we can move on as parents.
So as for your suit and suing for this, would you like to just drop your claim and know that now that he knows
No,
it's his
because
son?
no.
So you don't want to drop your claim. All right, so let's do the math. You originally sued for $2,000.
Yes, Your
And
Honor.
so you admit that he returned half of it. As the parents of this child, you both are responsible to care for this child equally, right?
Correct.
Yeah, right.
Correct, Your Honor.
So with that said, I'm gonna order you to return the clothes to Miss Jefferson or pay her $500.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right?
Yes, Your Honor.
So the judgment is for the plaintiff. Mr. Hicks,
Hello.
you have brought your ex-wife to court and requested a paternity test to prove that you are indeed the biological father of her baby. Is it Yazeline?
Yazelin.
Yazelin, beautiful, who was born during your marriage. You state you are the only father she has known from cutting the cord in the hospital to signing her birth certificate, and are shocked and dismayed that your wife is now disputing that she is yours.
Yes.
Ms. Navarres, you admit to cheating on your husband, and in your statement to the court argue that there is no way the child is
Not at
his.
all, Your Honor.
Oh,
You
my
claim that
goodness.
even though you told Mr. Hicks he was the father, you now believe your child was fathered by your lover,
No, she is
Mr.
not.
Osorio, who is here in court today.
Yep.
All right, now, Mr. Hicks, please tell the court how you were deceived.
How I was deceived is that she said that the baby was mine. I believe that the baby is mine because the baby was made while we were married. And you try to say that the baby isn't ours, I don't believe that. You know?
You need to believe because
It's
she's
not
not
good.
yours.
No, don't start.
She looks
Don't
nothing
even
like
start.
you. Nothing
because
at all.
Look at the baby.
Look at her. She's white. She looks like me. She looks nothing like you. You're
say
hearing
she looks
stories.
nothing
It's
like me?
irrelevant, the stories
You say
that
she
you're
looks
hearing.
nothing like me? She looks
nothing like you.
How you gonna say that?
She
All
might.
got
She
is
doesn't
curly
have to
hair.
look like me. She's mine. I had her.
The
She
only
looks like
thing
her dad.
is she's light. That's it.
Shouldn't her
This is-
dad be your husband if you're in a marriage?
No, Your
Well,
Honor. Because I
Your
told
Honor,
him
she's-
I cheated on him.
She kicked me out, Your Honor.
I sure did.
She kicked me
you
out,
out
of my house.
Two months after the baby was born. Right after the
And
baby
now
was
you want to
born.
come when she's
And
2
then
years old and say that
she
she's
said-
yours?
Let me
she said-
ask you this. When she told you she was pregnant, what did she tell you?
When she told me that she was pregnant, she said that the baby was yours because when she got pregnant, it was on Valentine's Day. We were having sex consecutively in our 2-bedroom apartment. So you're talking about it didn't happen, but yet on Valentine's Day, You saying that you didn't sleep with me, but yes, you did. We were
Okay,
doing
and
it
there was a
all in the
6-week
shower
period
all the
after
time.
that.
Keep it real. If you're gonna tell the truth, tell it all the way.
And there was a
If you gonna
6-week
tell the
period
truth,
after that.
tell it
That
all
was the
way.
last time, was that not? And
No,
then
not
Danny
at
came
all.
in the picture. Yes, it was.
Not at all.
Because after that, I started living with my mom.
You didn't even meet Danny until 2 months. What is it, December?
Oh, and you know that how?
Sweetheart, if you don't remember,
your sweetheart at
if Danny was your man at that time, why did you get married with me in November?
Because
did
he
you or
got
did you not
locked
get
up
married
and
to
I
me?
had no way to contact him.
Okay,
Wait. Is that
So
right?
therefore, I
Is
lost
that
in
right?
contact with him.
You're
Wow.
saying that when you married Mr. Hicks,
I was pregnant, Your Honor.
you knew or you didn't know that that was not his
I
baby?
knew the baby's not his.
And
I lost in contact with Daniel.
She lost
So
the
I
contact.
stayed
I want to
there.
hear who proposed to whom.
I proposed to him, Your Honor, because he couldn't man up and do it
Exactly.
himself.
Was she-
While you were pregnant
While I was pregnant,
Your Honor.
with a baby that you knew was another man.
A whore.
You can call it what you want to call
Ms.
it.
Hicks, have a seat. Have a seat. We're not hearing from you yet. So you just flat out manipulated the man.
Call it what you want to call it.
I'm calling it what it is. Because you didn't say to him, hey, hon, I'm actually pregnant with Mr. Osorio's baby, but, you know, I feel like I want to marry you. You didn't say that, did you?
No.
You told him this is your baby. And you proposed to him. Right?
Yeah.
The baby's name is Yazalyn Savannah Janae Hicks, not Osorio.
Hicks.
Hicks.
Any man can make it, baby, but take it.
Somebody need to get their facts correct. If I wasn't the father, why did you let me cut the cord? Why did you give the baby my last name?
Exactly why I told you to sign your rights over so you can have your last name back. We don't want it.
Oh. Well, the only way you're going to get it back is if the baby...
I'm going to get it back.
Proven.
Best
If
believe.
it's proven.
You're going to get it back.
Until then, hush. I wanted to be a father to my kids, and I believe that she was having my kids because we were together at that time. She's sitting up over there. She had my son, little Robert. You know what I'm saying?
And because she told you.
And she told me it was my kid. You know what I'm saying? She never told me she was creeping around. She never said nothing like that. Honestly...
How did you not notice? You were so stuck in the damn TV playing video games that you didn't notice that?
She's trying to say video games, this
Ms.
and
Navarres,
that.
let me ask you
Come
something.
on now.
When I look at this picture, I see a couple that looks relatively happy. Were you happy there?
At
or
that
you
time,
pretending?
I was, Your Honor.
You were happy
I
then.
was at that
So
time.
there was a time when you met Mr.
When I
Hicks.
just stopped.
Okay, so it wasn't a manipulation from the
Not
start.
the whole thing.
There was a
There was
a
love at the
time when
beginning.
there was love. Okay.
Well, Your Honor, she trying to put it off like as if I wasn't providing for her, but we were staying at our house, not her mother's house. I also had a job working security down below.
Part-time.
Part-time is better than no time. I don't even care.
So you spent half of your time down there while I was at home being
At
alone.
least I'm making honest. At least I'm making honest living.
By the time you got your check, it was gone.
By the time I got my
Mr.
check, I spent all my money on the family, straight
It
up.
seems clear to the court that you want this baby to
I want,
be yours.
I want the baby to be mine because I believe that it's her word versus
The baby
facts.
looks nothing
You know what I'm
like
saying?
him, Your Honor. Nothing like
but
him,
the
Your
baby
Honor.
looks like me as when they were young. You let somebody
Nothing.
that try to say that it's not mine, that was obviously cheating and lying from the beginning. What makes you tell the truth now? Huh? I mean, like you saying that the
Because that's
baby
my baby.
isn't
Why
mine?
would I lie about her?
Because the baby looked like me when she was a baby.
No, she doesn't.
Look at the nose.
Look at the
Look at the
nose.
nose. Look at the curly
She looks like
hair.
her dad.
The only thing that's the resemblance is she is light-skinned. That is it. And there's
Okay, so
always,
what happens when it comes
always-
out that you're not the daddy? You gonna look stupid as hell.
No, you're gonna look like a whore.
No.
That's what you're
All
gonna look
right, all right.
And plus, I heard
Exactly what
rumors
it's gonna look
about her.
What
you know?
rumors did you hear?
I heard that when I would go, to work on the weekends, that she would be sneaking people in my house, straight up.
I don't gotta sneak it. The
And
door was
then,
right there.
And then not only that, I heard that it was more than just one person.
State your name.
Carla Hicks.
Hi, Ms. Hicks. What would you like to add? You
Okay.
heard
No, I didn't hear.
rumors, or you absolutely
I saw her.
saw? Okay.
She said that she was going to go visit. She was going to go watch one of her friends babysit the kids or whatever.
Quote unquote.
And I'm talking about, I'm gonna go watch the kids for a couple hours, babe. I'll be back, and I'm gonna get $100 for it. She left. She came back in about 5-10 minutes. Talking about, they didn't need me to watch him anymore, but they gave me $100. Then she did it. She was doing it like every day.
She did it like 5 or 6 times.
Every day?
You understand? She was saying this. I'm gonna go watch these kids tonight. She was going like maybe 10,
So what are
15
you
minutes.
suggesting, that some other
That
man
she was
giving?
prostituting. That's what I'm suggesting.
Okay, but if you do that,
situation, Miss Hicks.
Yeah, so I told my brother, but my brother was so gullible, and she had him under some horror spell she got going on. That my brother, you understand? I gotta say, my brother, he was tripping. I told him.
Didn't you introduce these two?
I wish I had.
That was before we knew she was terrible.
That's what we knew. The
That's what we
lady is
thought.
evil.
So evil.
Like what's going on?
So evil that he stayed with me for almost 6 years.
Sometimes you
You
try
gotta be the dumbest I know.
Sometimes you try to.
Miss Navarres, I know you're upset, and I know it probably is hard for you to hear what they allege about
it's
you.
irrelevant. I don't care.
Well, if it's irrelevant, don't curse in my courtroom when you hear it.
Let her know
Since
something.
you don't care about nothing, stop popping off like everything somebody's saying is messing with your mind so much that you have to be disrespectful.
thing
Just
is, Your Honor,
listen.
I don't want you
your
even
side
here.
of the story
relationship
now.
is between me and him, like I've told them from the get-go.
That's what I'm trying to hear. You explain to me what your problem is with Miss Hicks in decent language, but I want to hear your side.
My problem is she has nothing to do with the relationship. They put Daniel in it, Your Honor.
She was there. The
She has, okay, but it's your relationship. Grow your and it's your
Mr.
relationship,
Hicks.
not hers.
You didn't say that when they. Ooh, girl.
Yeah,
you
I didn't say that when.
You didn't say that when I was manning up at the house before you
sure,
brought
of
this guy
course.
up over here who doesn't have no job.
Miss Hicks, I need you to sit down. And Mr. Osorio, I need you to stand. Was there anything she was hiding from you when she met you?
No, ma'am.
So everything about
you know
her
what?
life
She told me she didn't have no sexual contact with him. She wasn't living with him. Even her mom told me she wasn't living with him.
She was
You know what
lying.
I'm saying?
So when you met Ms. Navarres, you knew she was a married woman, but she just was not living with her husband. That's what you heard.
That's what she told me.
That's what you were told.
Yeah.
You believe you are the father.
I am the father. Because father's not the only one that has them and leaves them. Father's the one that spends time with them, quality time, and be there for them and tell them what's right and what's wrong.
Have you been there?
I've been there. I've been there.
2 months, Your Honor.
I got something to say.
I've been
He
there.
didn't want nothing to do with her. He said out his own mouth the baby wasn't his. Now all of a sudden he wants to come and say it's his baby. She's 2 years old.
I want to know the answer to, did you ever tell Ms. Navarres that the baby was not yours?
Oh, no. No, I did not. Not one time. She came to my father's house and told me that the baby wasn't mine. I said, we're going to have to get a DNA test to prove that because I don't believe you. I don't
Okay,
believe you.
so when it proves that it's not the baby, just leave it at that. We shouldn't be talking about nothing that's irrelevant unless it has to do with baby bud.
If the baby wasn't mine, why did I sign the birth certificate? Why did I
daddy
cut
was
the
locked
cord?
up and incarcerated.
Why does the baby have my last name?
You can have your last name back.
Not only that.
You can have it back.
Not only that.
Have it back. Take it back.
I didn't leave my child. I was kicked out because somebody wanted to move me out of my house. That I made. I made my family for it. I made moves for us to get into that house. She kicked me out of my house, took me out of my daughter's life. I didn't eject myself.
Okay,
She
but
took
when you
me
would
out
come and pick a baby
substituted
bud, you could
deadbeat
have asked how
instead.
she's doing. Call, make a phone call. Is she okay? Does she need
You know
something?
what's weird?
What kind of father wouldn't ask about his
You know
daughter
what's
for
weird?
2 years?
I asked her about
2
her. I
years.
asked her about her, but yet
Have you
somebody
made any attempt, Mr. Hicks,
No.
in the last 2 years to see?
ask her all the time, but she don't tell me nothing.
You
it's
call
weird.
her?
I
You
call
call her?
Yeah, I see her consecutively. It's weird how that the fact that she tried to say that I never asked her about her because I've been picking up my son, little Robert, for forever right now.
You were
For
just
2 years.
busy playing games.
For 2 years, I've been
That's
picking
it.
up my son.
And you could've asked
right
about
down the
her?
street
You
from me.
could've asked
And yet
about
she
her?
didn't even
Don't play
tell
no
me.
video
She wouldn't
games.
even tell me that
food on
the
the
baby
table.
didn't
Don't
even
play no video
exist.
games.
She don't want me around the baby. It's not me that want to be around the
Not
baby.
yours.
I love my kids. They don't recognize that this woman is bad, and she's trying to keep me away from the baby because she knows that I'm a better parent than her. Straight up.
In your dreams. In your
I
dreams.
take care of my kids. My kids come
In
number
your
one.
dreams.
You
All the time.
seem very emotional, and I can tell the children are important to you.
We have a son
You see
together
what I'm going
that he
through?
sees every weekend, Your Honor. How come all those times he came and picked the baby up, he didn't ask her about, not once did he ask me for the baby. Not once. He didn't call, does she need Pampers? Do you need help?
Well,
So if you were a father and you
look at
thought that
what
was
you-
your
look at
baby,
what she
you
did.
should have called and said something.
She wouldn't even tell me nothing about her. I asked her about her. Oh, how's Jason
You want
Lynn?
me to call
How's
you and
Jason
ask?
Lynn?
On the one hand, Mr. Hicks is saying that you are this child's father and you want to be her father, and yet I'm not hearing about enough instances where you made the effort to
we
actually
live right down the
see and
street from
spend
each
time
other.
You live now down the street from me.
with this baby. On the flip side, I hear Ms. Navarres saying you, Mr. Hicks, aren't the father. I always knew you weren't the father, and yet she's angry with you for not being the child's
No, I'm not
father.
angry, Your Honor. I'm not. If he thought that was his daughter, Your Honor, how come he couldn't call and say, do you need help?
You and Ms. Navarres have a child together. Regardless of what happens with baby Yazelin, you have one child together.
Yes, we do.
And Mr. Osorio is in her life. So what I'm expressing to you, that regardless of this result that we're going to find out, you have to find a way to communicate better, both of you, with one another. And whether or not you like Mr. Osorio or if Mr. Osorio likes you,
That
you
has
all
nothing
gotta
to do with
grow
it.
up and just get through it for the kids.
Has nothing to do with it.
For the kids.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be good for the kids. Got to.
That's what
So
you
let's
have
just
to
get
be.
to the test and see.
So I'm ready for results. I've heard enough. What I think is so fascinating, Mr. Hicks, is that because this child was born during your marriage, you are presumed to be the father. You are the legal father of this child. You signed the birth certificate. You were there for the birth. Most men would come into court trying to rebut that presumption, but you've come into this court because you want it validated. And that's what makes these results even more important. All right, Jerome, the envelope, please. In the case of Hicks versus Navarres, so I'm ready to hear the results. All right, Jerome, the envelope, please. In the case of Hicks versus Navarres, and in regards to 2-year-old Yazelin Hicks, and whether Robert Hicks is the father, it has been determined by this court, Mr. Hicks, you are not her father.
You should have just signed your name and you would have looked stupid. Did I not tell you
got
sign your
caught
rights
just
over?
now, even more right now. I hope you know you just busted your own bubble. It's all good.
Whatever, okay.
I must say to you that you cannot forget that the only reason this man ever thought and bonded with this baby
He's never bonded with her.
was because he obviously did. When you cut a cord on a child as they are entering this world, maybe you don't know anything about it, but obviously he did, or he wouldn't be standing here today. My point is this is all you're doing. So what I'm saying to you is, if he expresses frustration or if he's absolutely devastated that he wanted this child to be his, he thought it was, and now it isn't, as a woman, at least say, Robert, I'm sorry.
Sorry for what? For him playing video games?
Sorry for what? For being a liar, for being a manipulator, for lying on your unborn child when you knew he wasn't the father, for parading around and acting like you wanted to be in a marriage with this man when all the while you were looking for a substitution for the one you couldn't be with. And I will drop a dime to you and you can pick it up if you want.
I don't need to pick no chump change.
You better be careful, because at some point there may be a time when she might be doing the same thing to you.
You know what? There's a difference, man.
No. I'm not taking testimony. I'm giving a ruling. Now.
This might not even be his.
We have more results.
Oh, snap.
Mr. Osorio, please stand up at the podium for me. Thank you.
We'll find out right now. Right now.
Mr. Osorio, you also agreed and submitted to a DNA test. You are her father. Take the silence in the courtroom right now. Just take it in And there is a lesson in this moment. You believe this baby was yours. You stated that to this court. And she is. But you also know that she has a brother, and Mr. Hicks is his father. Robert and Yazelin is brother and sister. You can't take it from them. The only thing you can take from them is their peace of mind growing up if you all continue to behave this way. Court is adjourned. Take care, everyone.